Well, with a Monday morning, Crimex markets be a bull or a bear? And that was a really terrible coin spin. I still landed on a bear there. So let's see what happens. Markets were up a little bit today. Good evening from Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Look, there's a little bit of a wave out there, actually, wind wave, of course. Beautiful evening. Look at those big white clouds out over the ocean there. I was hoping maybe to go fishing tomorrow night or Sunday, but I'm not quite sure what the weather looks like. Haven't been out in a long time, but man, would love to be out this evening. Just a nice breeze and still probably 90 degrees, but love the evening out. And hello to all my South Florida peeps. I guess you're enjoying this evening as well. And to my peoples not in South Florida, I hope you're enjoying your beautiful summer weather. Most of you in the Northeast and Northwest and such have beautiful evenings. We're still like our evenings this time of year are probably like 86 at about 3 a.m. So that's the time of year we're at right now. Quote of the day: "He who is brave is free," and kind of a lot of truth to this statement in many ways and in many things. And if you hear a lot of traffic right now, I'm actually in my store. I've been in the storefront doing this video the last few evenings, and a lot of traffic going by tonight. But he who is brave is free. Lucius Annius, I almost said it, Seneca. But I've heard Lucius Seneca before. I've heard that name. And who is Lucius Seneca, and what does that really mean? Well, I'll get into my thoughts on it. The ancient Roman philosopher Seneca was a Stoic who adopted and argued largely within the framework, from his Stoic predecessors. I guess if you want to know what a Stoic is, you kind of can do a Google on that. But an interesting guy here, and really great quote. Because you got to be brave in this world right now. You got to be brave bravery is pointing out the wrongs. Bravery is people that stand up and say, no, this is not correct. This is illegal. This shouldn't be happening. Bravery is pointing out that to a politician or to a government official or to a corporate media person, no, that's a lie. That is an absolute lie. You said this, or you didn't say this, or you omitted this. That is the brave, and brave people are the free in the world. If you're brave enough to speak out against injustices, if you're brave enough to speak out against the manipulation that happens in all markets and across our lives, if you're brave enough to speak out against these people and these subjects, you are free. You are indeed free. So, anyways, I hope you got what I meant there. And man, kind of more of a political show than it is about gold and silver. But it's the same thing with the COMEX markets. If you take a look at the Crimex markets, the people that feel freed from all this, like myself, I don't worry about these down markets. I feel free because I speak the truth about the criminal activity that happens in the COMEX markets. And you know what? It's probably just not the silver market. If you think about this, Ted Butler told me this a little while ago in an email. He said, think about how criminal the COMEX markets is when they actually were able to get oil at minus $40 a barrel. And remember when that happened not too long ago? What commodity can be minus 40 and minus anything? But no less, we know how criminal these markets are. And those of us that speak up, and those of us that bring this up, and those of us that aren't afraid of being called conspiracists once in a while. I was called a conspiracist for, I can't tell you by how many years, by other people in my particular business, the physical sales business, selling bars and coins like that. And people that been in the business as long as I have, even longer, call me conspiracists. Oh, well, that's not true. That's not true. Some of these people had degrees in economics as well. And I would consistently point out how the silver market is manipulated, how the gold market is manipulated through spoofing, through these big commercial short positions. And again, I wasn't I wasn't afraid of these people. When you know the truth and when you know what's going on, don't be afraid to speak the truth. And I never was. I've been vindicated long ago about manipulation in gold and silver markets. When the conviction started happening with, who was it, Deutsche Bank, and the conviction started happening with J.P. Morgan, and the conviction started happening, all of a sudden I started bringing it up to these very same people that said it wasn't happening, and their response was like most people that their response was like most people that can't admit they're wrong. So, anyways, my point is if you see injustices out there, like we always talk about the comics markets, repeat it. Tell people about it. Don't be afraid to say anything about it. And actually, there is a freedom involved. When you know there's something wrong going on in life, and you don't say anything about it, it's stifling, and it's really not good for you when you release that kind of stuff. I mean, when again, I think you know where I'm going with this, and what does that have to do with precious metals? Well, exactly what we just talked about, calling out these crooks in the comics markets. And let's take a look at what's going on today. Markets closed right now, 1821 to 1880. And again, folks, this is exactly what I was talking about. Being free is being able to call out these crooks that have got silver in the sub 20 range, and got gold in the sub $1,800, sub $2,000 range, and got platinum in this range as well. These are just large commercial crooks running the casino, the same old casino game on the crooked casino floor of the comics. And but again, this is price discovery. Where do we get our prices from? I mean, right here. We get them from the Crimex and Globex markets. We complain about We complain about this, and I do openly. I complain about the criminal activities that happen in my opinion, that happen in the Comex markets, and we know what happens. It's so in our face. But we still. What else are we going to use for price discovery? That's it. This is what we have for price discovery, folks. So we have to use this. So it's kind of in a weird way. It's not like we can create our own spot prices. I know people have talked about this before, and it's unrealistic. But I know we're stuck with the Crimex spot prices, and I'm not quite sure where it goes from there. But I think as the manipulation and as this type of behavior gets more well known out there, gets spread around, that the credibility of the comics markets just gets less and less and less, and they only have a couple options. They can either end this collusive behavior, in which case gold and silver are going to shoot through the roof, or they can just die with it. And I honestly think that there's something going in the background here, especially with Comex right now. I think Comex is kind of waking up and noticing that, if these traders start to go down, if these traders that manipulated their Comex markets, their Globex and their NYMEX markets, and I'm just talking about silver, I'm not even talking about gold and other metals. Once they start to go down, these traders start to go down, it opens Comex, the CME group, up to a lot of potential litigation, because then all of a sudden, people that have lost huge amount of money in these trades can come along and say, well, listen, the CME group should have known this was happening, and rightfully so. They could say that because CME group has the data. They have investigators that work in this type of stuff. They know exactly what's going on. Nobody is more privy to the data than CME group. So once there's manipulative behavior proven in their marketplaces, they are really opened up. They are opened up to civil lawsuits, and maybe. Well, I don't think criminal, but I think they're open up to civil lawsuits, because criminal lawsuits could possibly take that whole organization down. And I think the CME group knows this. I think they're watching this, and they're realizing this, that it could take down the whole damn casino. So perhaps maybe we will see an end to these large collusive positions in gold and silver, and maybe not. So let's see what happens. And again, the idea of creating our own spot prices, I mean, how is that going to work? You know what I mean? Is there another market out there that'll take over the silver market and be the new price discovery? I don't see it happening anytime soon. If you got any thoughts, put it in the comment section. Meanwhile, all three metals are on sale: gold, silver, and platinum. Take a look at the ranges here. And we're not even going to talk about the monkey hammering, because take a look at it. There it is right there a couple days ago. Today, surprisingly, I thought it's Friday. Okay, let's see what happens. They're going to monkey hammer the markets down again even more. But sideways all day long with gold. Let's see what happens on Sunday night when the markets open, the overnight markets, and when the Crimex markets open on Monday morning. The coin said bear, and I don't know. I just don't think they're done screwing with it right now. And the reason I think that the gold market is low and the silver market is low is that these big short positions are in a scramble right now to fill those positions, those short positions, and get out of them, actually. Well, that's my thoughts at least. And people that are way smarter than me are thinking the same thing. Let's take a look at silver prices. Same thing. It's kind of sideways and then up today, actually, a little bit in the Crimex markets, and not quite sure what's going on here. Have we seen a bottom in silver at that mid to low 18s? I don't know. Again, we're still in the summertime, slow time markets here, and physical sales are way down on the retail side. As expected, again, silver has been falling. People are kind of waiting, where is the bottom here? Once I feel that I've seen bottom, I'm going to start buying in. Have we seen bottom? Still don't know, but again, I'm surprised that we have even seen sub $20 silver. And again, I sound like a broken record with that. Again, I'll get rid of that with my vocabulary. As I said, with the Crimex markets, they're the price discovery for silver as well, and if they want it to be at this level, if the big commercials want it to be at $18, $19, they know how to do it. They've been doing it for years, and this is exactly what we got going on. Sub $18, woo! So I was surprised at sub 20, surprised even more at sub 19. Sub $18, I just I don't know. But again, there we go. It's I hate repeating words. It's on sale. It's on sale. It's a super sale for silver for sure. And let's get into premiums, because that's an important thing I want to talk about right now. Here's a couple things that I have noticed for sure. Is that 1 ounce rounds are getting tougher to find. I think you'll find them on JM Bullion, and you'll find them on SD and some other sites, but the premiums are going up. I believe JM, SD, and all those guys are between $4 and $5 per ounce now on 1 ounce rounds. My understanding is that I think it's Mason Mint is one of the private mints, is that they've been backed up for months and months and months now with their 1 ounce rounds. I know a couple large wholesalers that have been waiting for deliveries from Mason Mint, one of the privateers out there. And they've been waiting for a long time, still waiting for partials of their order. JM Bullion is the most likely to always have 1 ounce rounds, except they're going to get, they're going to get the market for them. And as you know, if you live in South Florida, we advertise to beat JM, SD, and Apmex Bullion the best we can on their recognizable, reasonably priced products. We don't stock a lot of the eye candy and a lot of the overpriced stuff that these guys do. But like Eagles, Maple Leafs, Gold Bars, what else? Britannias and other things. Mostly Eagles, Maples, Bars is where we're the most competitive at, because those are the best deals, I think. Well, I shouldn't say that, the Eagles, Maples. They're the more common products. Those are the products that we stock more often. But I was talking about silver. Silver seems to be sold out right now in 1 ounce rounds. The premiums are going to go up. So if you want 1 ounce rounds, I'd go out and get them. They're probably going to be in the spot plus $4 to $5 range with the majors out there. I believe we still have them at spot plus 4, maybe a tiny bit more. 10 ounce silver bars have gone up a little bit. They're also going to be at spot plus $4 as well. And I think the again, SD, JM, and Apmex both have them between 4 and 5. We will beat their prices, as I always say, if you live in South Florida. If you don't live in South Florida and you can't deal with us directly here, please find yourself a good local dealer. We don't do any online shipping, in case you're wondering that and you're a new viewer. And as I always say again, that find yourself a good local dealer if you don't live in South Florida and you can't deal with us. That's my recommendation. What else is 90% is still like crazy money. Avoid 90% when you're buying. If you could sell your 90% and buy generic silver for even cheap, well, anyway, if you can do a trade with 90%, and trade your 90 and come out with more silver in 10 ounce, well, no, not tens, hundreds or kilos. If you have enough 90%, you can probably trade your 90% right now to your local dealer, and we will do it here, and put more kilos and 100-ounce bars, ounces in your pocket. There's a good trade right there that I can recommend. Again, selling your 90 and putting more silver in your pocket in the form of hundreds and kilos. As far as silver eagles, I think we're running back up again. You know, demand on silver eagles is still pretty good. It's one of the most popular products out there. It's pretty, everyone recognizes it. But again, we're getting up into $12 and $14 premiums again in silver eagles, folks. I think I can make that recommendation right now that if you have enough silver BU eagles, you can go out there and trade them right now. Again, premiums are up again this week. They've kind of been wavering down, up, down, up. I think we're actually up $2 from the low on silver eagles in the last couple of weeks or month, at plus 750 in the general wholesale realm. So you should be able to trade your silver eagles right now and buy 100-ounce or kilo bars. Folks, it only works when you have larger quantities. For you folks that have less than a couple 100 ounces, you know, you might get a little bit of silver out of it, but less than 100 ounces, it really doesn't pay for you to do that trade by very much, because again, you got to buy a kilo or 100 to get that lower rate on the generics on the trade. What else is out there? My recommendation, again, sticking with 100-ounce bars. Kilo bars are the best deal out there. They're still available. I don't think there's any, they're sold out right now. But at some point, looking at 10s getting a little hard to get and 1s being sold out across the board in a lot of places, we may have a tough time getting kilos. You may see kilo prices at 100-ounce bar premium shoot up here shortly. As far as gold goes, eagles and buffaloes, man, they're just crazy numbers. Even the price of maples have gone up. Still, the best deal out there is Valcambi bars. We'll beat their price right here at JM, Atmex, and SD Bullion on Valcambi bars, and we do have them on stock always. So easy for us to do, and your local dealer should be able to beat JM, Atmex, and SD on Valcambi bars as well. Again, best deal. Look at this. Even they're as low as prices from a quantity, but take a look at $17.96 versus $18.85. I mean, folks, that's an $85 and $90 difference between the same amount of gold. Look at that. That is far better deal. And like I said, I'm showing you JM Bullion, and I will beat these prices right here. But I like to use them as an example because they're a good big company. They're like the Walmart of precious metal online sellers out there, and they're the 800-pound gorilla. And I'm proud of ourselves that we can beat the 800-pound gorilla for local sales. Well, as far as coins, what's the best deal out there? KRs are tough to get right now. If I'm correct, there's a delay in KRs, a little bit tough. I guess a lot of them aren't being imported at the moment. So again, I'd stick with the Valcambis. If you can get KRs, they're better deals. Maples are probably going to be another $5 to $10 more per ounce. That would be the next best deal. And the last best deal is going to be these. Britannias, I just don't really get them down here very much. But hang on, let me take a look at that compared to a Krugerrand. 1823. Yeah, if you can pick up Britannias, they don't seem like a bad deal as well. Wow, take a look at that. Not a bad price on Britannias right there. That is their as low as quantity. What is their 1 to 10 quantity? 1801. So it's about $10 a coin higher, which doesn't make it such a great deal after all. But well, it's not bad. It's the next price point. I'd probably buy Britannias before I bought KRs, and then before I bought Maples, before I bought Eagles or Buffaloes, in that order. So, but bars are the best deal. Well, I think that's it. Man, I was going to talk about yesterday's video, and I think I'll answer a few questions. Comics, Default, and Silver, great article by Ted Butler that I was reading a little bit about and expounding on. I guess that's the right word to use. And let's take a look at any questions here. I'd like to ask everyone, if you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you got any comments, always feel free to put them down here. I like to answer questions, and I acknowledge everyone here that's commented as well. Let's take a look and see if I can find some questions here. Good to see you guys commenting. Josh says these prices may seem like bargains, but I do not believe we hit bottom yet. I think we could see $12, $14 and $1,400 gold. Josh, I mean, you know, I never underestimate the crookedness of these markets, but I just can't see that, man. That's like a major, major dumping. I believe that they're just trying to fill at this level right now. We're kind of sitting at this level, but I didn't see $18 silver coming, even though it's the mid and high 18s. I didn't see that coming as well. And $17 would surprise the shit out of me. But like I said, $18 surprised the hell out of me. I've been doing this my whole life and trying to guess what these crooks are going to do. I guess really what I should know by now is they're ultimately going to drop the hammer on it. Then they'll raise the price another $5 or $10, drop the hammer on it, raise the price again. But like Ted Butler says, I believe that they are really near the end of this manipulation. I think that the most of even mainstream press is catching on to manipulation in the gold and silver markets with the COMEX group. So the credibility is going bad. It has got to be getting to them. I just believe they're going to end these large short positions at some point for a couple different reasons. First, it's probably going to cost them a lot of money if it goes south on them, like Ted Butler was talking about the other night, i.e. the LME nickel short position. And again, credibility issues. You know, when you don't trust the price structure, people that create the price structure, credibility becomes a major issue with a larger and larger portion of people. It makes it much harder to do business, I think, because who wants to go play at a crooked casino? Nobody does. The only issue there is that a lot of issues are, oh, there you go. Hold on one second. Let me get rid of those. There's another one of those crypto spammers, and we'll do a report, and we'll just do a remove here. Invisible Stacker, the good plan, I would say. And Ron says COMEX isn't true price. I would agree with that. Evan Stowers, let's see, Black Psyops, including Steering Public Investments outside. That wouldn't surprise me, sir. There's a lot of conspiracies out there, and you know, even if 1% of them are true, that's scary enough. Let me get a sip here real quick. Evening report. So this is a wine report, not a coffee report. And let me take a look again. I'd like to acknowledge everybody here that's commenting. Oh, interesting market. George Ramos. It's tough to pick the right time when markets are going good. I have to agree with you. It's really tough to pick the right time. But if you're cost averaging down, you know, if you're not bought into silver and gold already, if you're cost averaging down, this is really good. If you're a new stacker, you got to be looking at this like a great opportunity. This stuff's on sale. You know, if you bought in even at higher levels or much higher levels, trust me, go fishing, go hang out with the kids, go boating, go golfing, go whatever makes you happy and relax. This too shall pass. Hey, thank you, Wallace. Appreciate that as well. Donald and Wilfred and Storm Your Empire. Bought an ounce of gold. So they massive money printing. Gold is below pre-COVID, so all major bullshit goes a hedge against inflation. And your mind is too short term right there, Storm or Empire. You know, there's a lot of, you have to understand how the gold and silver markets work, and you also have to understand that it really is not so much a hedge against short-term inflation, but more like a hedge against long-term inflation. And the inflation we're seeing right now, gold will catch up to it in a major way at some point. You also have to understand gold and silver is highly manipulated, but so is everything else in your life, including the elections that we're involved with. So that's my opinion. I had to throw that in there, of course. And so yeah, it'll catch up. Always has, always will. And put 1,820 minutes at less than 1%, I would have made more dollars. Yeah, but you know, come on, at 1% interest, big fucking deal. You know, you don't even own it. You own a piece of paper, a certificate of deposit, a CD. At less, I don't even know if there's any CDs paying 1%, but no less. You know, gold. If you bought gold thinking that you're going to have a big return by now, then you didn't get the right information. You didn't get the right data there, Stormer. And you're in the wrong place. If you want just a 1% return in CDs, by all means, sell all your gold and do that. But again, gold is about, again, I've got to quit using that word. Gold is about wealth preservation. Gold is about having it in your hands. You'll never wake up and hear it when bankrupt. You'll never wake up and hear that deposit's gone, so, or they can't cover it. No less, have yourself a good day, and
No one needs to go, but we all need to drive cars.
Interesting. I have to disagree with you, but thanks for commenting, and I hope you have a good weekend. Liquid Electrum, how you doing? Buying the dip, as they say. Lots of comments here. 24 karat. Shit pickle. What does that mean? You got me though. You did get me, Daniel. Thanks. There's another one of those. Only 18 over. Here, I'm going to kind of just move down here. There's another one I need to delete. I got to delete these all the time. There's so many spammers out there for sex and crypto. Sex and crypto go along pretty good. Well, listen, I'm going to call it. I hope I get to go fishing this weekend, and I hope you folks have yourself a great weekend as well. This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. As always, saying think for yourself and question authority. That's it. Have yourself a great weekend, and I will talk to you on Monday. Good night now.